Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So in this video I'm going to show you my full process from start to finish, starting from removing my old set. So to remove my old set, I cut down the length of the nails, and if you want to keep the length of your natural nails, just cut to where your nails start using a nail clipper. So once that's short, I take this drill bit that I got from Banggood, which is very comparable to the Mean Green Atwood Industries drill bit, but it's only $7, so please check out the link below if you want to save some money. I'm using that to quickly take down all of the bulk, all of the stones, everything off the nail. Very thin layer of acrylic will be left, and that's going to help speed up the process of our soak off. So once that's done, I'm going to stick my hands in this ultrasonic vibrating acetone soaker that I got from Super Nail Store. It's very crusty and dirty, so please do not mind that. But as you can see, there's a little metal tool sitting up on there, and I got that from Banggood. It's specifically for removing acrylic. So this was super helpful for me because I didn't have to take my hands out of the bowl. Because as you know, when you take your hands out of the bowl too soon, it can harden and you'll have to start the soak over again, and it just takes longer than it needs to take. So try to keep your hands submerged for 5 minutes at a time, and then really get in there and scrape off that excess acrylic. So I'm gonna just keep repeating this process back and forth until everything is off of my nails. So if you're interested in this helpful tool, it will be in the description box. So once the acrylic is nice and soft, I'm gonna take my drill bit and go in and just take off all of the soft product and stick my hands back in the bowl and repeat. So this is a couple of weeks later. So I'm pushing back my cuticles using this beautiful nail cuticle pusher from Alpha Brush. I really like it. It works really well for me. I actually sanitized my hands before I did that, just because I feel like, well, for one, you're supposed to, but it's also just very hygienic when you're dealing with the skin around your nails. You don't want anything to happen or get infected or anything like that. I'm using my Tammy purple etcher stick to etch the surface of my nails. I like to do this because it prevents lifting, and it gives the acrylic something to really grab onto. You want to etch up and down in the direction that your nail grows, and that's pretty much all you really need to do. I'm also going to go in with my cuticle bit just to make sure any pieces of cuticle are definitely off of my nail. I just recently started doing these 3 steps in my prep, and I feel like it's a foolproof way to prep your nails: pushing back the cuticles, etching, and using a cuticle bit. Like, at that point, if you still have lifting, I'm not sure what the problem is. So at this step, I'm gonna start sizing and gluing on my nail tips. These are the BU super long or extra long stiletto tips. I'm not sure what the name is exactly, but it's something like long stiletto. I think it's long stiletto. And I'm using IBD 5 seconds glue from Sally's Beauty Supply to glue these onto my nails. I like using that glue because it really dries fast, and one of my biggest struggles when I first started doing nails was sizing and gluing on tips. I used to take so much time just doing that part that it just felt very daunting and grueling. And this glue is super fast. It's like boom you pop them on, and once you size your tips enough, you kind of like figure out what size you're gonna need for the nail you're working on. And like for my sister, for example, her 3 fingers, her index, middle finger, and ring finger are all the same size. They're all size 6 or size 5, I think. And then the pinky is usually 9 or 10, and the thumb is usually like between 0 to 2. And yeah, I stick with those numbers depending on who I'm working on. Some people have bigger hands, some people have smaller hands, so you'll just go a size up or down from there. Once I have all my tips on, I'm going to etch them, and this is not necessary, but I like doing it because When you etch your tips, they turn white, and then you can really see the shape fully. This is probably one of my biggest like hacks and tips for myself. And you can also refine the shape of the tip, because tips are not perfect, they're a little wonky sometimes. You can wait until the end to shape them, but I like to apply acrylic on a perfect base. That way there's less filing for me at the end. So I'm just priming and dehydrating my nails. I use ASP Dehydrator, and I use it twice to make sure I get all of the dust, oils, and any kind of grime that's on the natural nail bed, to get it off completely. And then I use Tammy Taylor's primer, and I put that on twice. You want to let the first layer dry a little bit and then put the second layer. And before the second layer gets dry, I'm going to put a thin layer of clear acrylic on all of my nails. I don't take that thin layer all the way down the nail tip. It's kind of pointless to do that, because you're just making the nail tip thick when you want to keep that very thin. I'm only applying the acrylic at the natural nail and blending it down the tip. You don't really have to like carry it all the way down the nail. The brush I'm using is the number 12 Oval Alpha brush. I'm always using this brush. If it's not number 12, it's going to be number 10. Here I'm using Banggood from their 24-piece set of acrylics. I'm using their yellow and pink. That set will be linked down below. I didn't really do this exact same step on the other hand, so you can skip this if you don't want to do this. I thought putting down a base of colors under my glitter would help, just in case there was any like see-through areas. It wouldn't be very obvious. But this glitter is so full coverage, you don't really even need to put a base down. The glitters that I'm using today are from Creative Clawz, and they will be linked down below. I'm using their Multicut holographic gold, 24 karat gold, and I'm just placing this on the tip and like blending it up. And then I'm using this really pretty kind of like fuchsia color and a pink rose gold color at the cuticle area. And I'm just trying to do like a 3-color ombre with these glitters. I'm applying them using a ball of acrylic and dipping straight into the raw glitter and then applying it to the nail. Once it's on my nail, before it fully sets, I'm going to pick up a little more glitter and just press it into the acrylic. That way I don't have to keep applying more and more beads of acrylic, making the nail really thick. You can kind of do like gel and just like press it in and let it set. So while that nail is setting, I'm going to work on my other glitter nail. And the glitter I'm using is from Daily Charm. These hearts are from the Shangly collection or something like that, but they will be linked down below if you want these. They come in red and black, so I'm using pink and white. I feel like it kind of looks like a baby boomer French kind of look, so I'm going to keep the white hearts around the nail tip and the pink hearts around the nail bed. And you don't want to overlap these too much, that way they can stand out and you can really tell that they're hearts. So I'm pressing these into clear acrylic, and then once they're set in place, I'm going to encapsulate them. My encapsulation is a little bit out of frame here, but you guys kind of get the gist of what I'm doing. The rest of my nails I built up in clear acrylic, so there's nothing really exciting to see there. I always get asked, where did I get this diamond and the stand that it's on? The stand is a brush stand from Daily Charm, and the diamond I got on eBay. It's like a paperweight. I think they called it a paperweight on the listing, or a palm stone. I don't know, but I'll have that in the description box as well if you're interested in it. So I went back and I encapsulated that glitter nail as well. You want to encapsulate all of the glitter and make sure it goes completely matte. I didn't include my filing in this video because I have a whole video dedicated to filing, and I'm going to link it in the top right corner. So if you want to see how I file and shape and buff and all of that good stuff, please see the video in the top right. And I'm just quickly going to review this really nice lamp that I received. I don't really know how to pronounce the name of this lamp. NITION, I'm sorry, I don't really know how to pronounce it, but I really enjoyed using this lamp. It's much smaller than my other lamps, but it's not so small that it's kind of like not getting the job done, you know what I mean? I love the color. Y'all know I love pink, and it seemed to work very well. This lamp has 3 timers, 30 seconds, 60 seconds, and a 99-second low heat mode, which basically means if you do gel nails, the low heat mode is good for you because it won't cause a heat spike. It will slowly heat up, slowly curing the nail, and you won't really like experience a huge heat spike. I'm using this yellow gel polish from Madame Glam called Mimosa. I had to use quite a few layers of this gel polish to get it fully opaque, which is kind of my gripe with a gel polish. Like, if it takes more than 2 layers, I'm like low-key upset, but it's not that bad because it's very thin, so it didn't really make my nails too bulky. I think some nails required like 3 or 4 layers, and some nails required like 5 layers, and it still wasn't fully opaque, but I kind of let it go because I was putting stones over those nails anyway, and you wouldn't really be able to tell. So here I'm applying Presto matte top coat gel and curing. So I wanted to quickly show like an inspiration board for the nail that I did in this video. My inspiration was like nail jewelry, really big diamonds, and JLo's really big yellow diamond ring. I am obsessed with that ring, and I saw these earrings in a jewelry shop and I felt like it would make a really nice nail jewelry. So you guys, if you ever see anything that you want to pop on your nails, don't be discouraged. You definitely can. Don't let anyone tell you it's not going to be able to stay or it's not going to look right. I kind of felt unsure about these even as I was taking them apart. I was like, these are kind of big, I don't know if it's going to work. And as you could see, they were a little bit point backed. They had like a kind of round back, so I had to go in with my drill bit and file the back to be completely flat, which was slightly challenging, but it was worth it in the end. So once I got them flat, I used acrylic to place them on the nail. So here I'm showing you guys all of the stones that I'm using, and they're all from Banggood. I have some heart shapes, some diamond shapes, and some point back. There's some yellow point backs in here that I used. So I just start with the heart at the very top, and then coming down directly below that, I'm gonna put the diamond. And then on either side, I'm gonna go in with a point back. And by the way, I'm using Zulays BLING Adhesive, as always, to apply these stones. And then I'm going to go in with this oval shaped yellow stone. Something I noticed is these stones are not very pigmented, they're a little bit see-through. And then I'm going to go put this little teeny tiny gold caviar bead at the very tip of this stone setting. and I feel like it just looks super pretty and intricate, even though it really wasn't. It was so simple, but it just looks like it was hard to do. These stones I got off eBay. I was looking for something just like this, and it's just like a stone that's already in a setting for like jewelry, I guess. I put that on my pinky with the SS5 under it, and then I put another one underneath my nail jewelry, my big nail stone, I mean. I had something else right there, but I didn't like it, so I popped it off. And now I'm just putting another one of these right there with an SS5 right under it, just to kind of like carry on the stone down the nail so it doesn't look like it's just one big stone right there, if that makes sense. So I'm going to top coat all of my glitter nails, and I'm gonna go underneath this nail since it's a glass nail, so it can be super see-through and pretty. And I want you guys to take a good look at how I put the acrylic around this big stone. That way you can see how you gotta do it. If you ever recreate this and use something really big, please make sure you use a lot of acrylic all the way around, just for security and stuff. So this is the finished result. We finally made it. If you watched all the way to the end, thank you so much. I really appreciate it. I know it was a lot of information, but I hope it was helpful to you guys. If you did enjoy the video, please give it a big thumbs up and leave me a comment. Please subscribe if you're new, if you haven't already, and hit the notification bell so that you never miss an update. Thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate you guys, and I'll see you very soon in my next video. Bye! Can grow